say Woo! Benji.
Yo, what's up, Uncle? I'm Benji. What? Your boyfriend is not Chinese? You also cannot speak Chinese anymore. No, you cannot marry my daughter. But if you want to marry her, you need to follow all Chinese rules. I need to make sure that I invite all my old friends to my daughter's wedding. Are you okay, Uncle? Are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine.
I think it's supposed to be this way, or maybe that way. Uncle, let's go. Follow me.
That way? Okay.
Multicultural elements in the movie The Journey. The first element is belief systems. The first one is banquet for wedding. Uncle Chuan believes that getting married is a matter of pride and throwing a banquet for a wedding is a must. He wants a banquet of at least 50 tables for B's wedding. He questions his friend Tong for not throwing a banquet for his daughter's wedding and says that he should invite all of his old classmates to the banquet. He also said that if it is his daughter's wedding, he will send all the invitations to any place that he can reach. He even swears that he shall be struck by thunder if he fails to do so. The helper Agao tells B that she should throw a big banquet for her wedding and make it great to save her father's reputation. The next belief is men and women who are not married are not allowed to be in one room. Uncle Chuan forbids B and Benji to be in one room and asks him to sleep in another room. B explains to Benji that his father wants them to sleep apart because it is Chinese rules and also his rules. The next belief is eating chicken head brings bad luck. Benji does not know that chicken head is not for eating in the Chinese culture. It is because the Chinese people believe that chicken head will bring bad luck. Uncle Chuan gets angry when Benji offers him a chicken head and accuses Benji trying to give him bad luck on that year. Another belief is pomelo leaves wash away bad luck. Uncle Chuan tells Benji that he is going to shower with pomelo leaves to wash away bad luck after he is released from police arrest. Next, stamp and thread for safety. The Chinese people believe that the stamp is useful for safety. Rambo, who also known as Fatty, stamps on Benji's back and gives blessing thread for good luck and safety. He tells him that he will get good luck with God's power if he wears the thread. The last belief is taboo for a wife to come to a wedding after her husband died. Uncle Chuan believes that it is taboo for someone's wife to come to a wedding not long after her husband died. However, he goes against his principle when he invited Chun's wife to B's wedding banquet, even though her husband just passed away few days before. The next element is value systems. The first one is Uncle Chuan. Uncle Chuan is a difficult man. He is someone who is difficult to deal for. He is also conservative. It is because he does not allow his daughter, B, to stay in one room with her fiancé, Benji. He is also a close-minded person because he does not understand youngsters' culture. Besides that, Uncle Chuan is a loving dad. It shows when he allows B to marry Benji at last as he realizes Benji's sincerity and love. Besides, Uncle Chuan is also an egoistic man. It is because he does not want to say his last goodbye to his classmates of 50 years. Uncle Chuan is also a caring person. It is shown when he cooks on his daughter and his birthday. Lastly, Uncle Chuan is a good friend. It shows when he realized his friend Achun, who is died, to make hot air balloon, and he invites all of his old classmates to do it. The next person is B. B is a good painter. She studies painting in England before she comes back to her hometown. B is a rebellious daughter. It is because she rebels her father by deciding to marry a Westerner, Benji. She is also a respectful person. It shows when she does not want Benji to talk bad about her father. She is also a clueless daughter. She finds out that her father is the one who sent tuition fee to her in England, and he sacrifices a lot for her happiness. She also does not speak fluent Chinese. The last one is Benji. Benji is a rude person. It shows when he does not respect Chinese rules and B's father at first. He is also a childish man. It is because he does not want to be the only one who compromises to please B's father, as he thinks that it is unfair and he is not ready to be a dad. Benji is also a kind person. It shows when he rides B's father, Uncle Chuan, with his bike to send the wedding invitations. Benji is also a thoughtful person. It is because he eventually appreciates new perspectives like Chinese culture. It's not just about tradition. Benji is also a helpful person. He is the one who is in charge of conducting the making of hot air balloon using plastic bags to help his father-in-law realizing his old friend's dream.
Family relationship of the journey. First is relationship between father, Uncle Chuan, and daughter B. At first, their relationship are bad, as Uncle Chuan gets mad to B because he is opposed her daughter's marriage, as her fiancé lacks in misunderstanding Chinese culture, and because B does now come back to Malaysia. Also, B is angry to her father as his father left her in England alone since she was 8. So from that, we can see that the father and the daughter both do not like each other. And then, their relationship turns good when B, learning the truth behind his father's action of sending her to England, she realizes her father's love towards her, and B and her father turn over a new leaf by having a good relationship after B gets approval from her father to marry Benji. Moving on to the relationship between father, Uncle Chuan, and son-in-law Benji. Both of them also had a bad relationship at first, as Uncle Chuan disliked Benji because he is a Westerner. Also, Benji gets annoyed when he needs to please his father-in-law for the sake of their marriage. From the film, we also can see that Benji needs to follow all the Chinese culture just to marry B. Luckily, at the end, their relationship also turned out to be good when they finally get closer to each other after Benji accompanies Uncle Chuan to send the invitation cards, and Uncle Chuan buys a new shirt for Benji to make him appear more formal and proper. From that scene, we can see that they are getting closer, and Benji also buys a new car by selling the old motorcycle to ease their journey to meet Uncle Chuan's old friends. Next is social issues for the journey. First is The society of younger generation thinks it is burdensome to send wedding invitation by hand. To clarify, younger generation think that sending wedding invitation by hand is wasting time. This can be seen when Benji told B that instead of sending wedding invitation by hand, why not use email or SMS? It is also proven in the film at the 21 minute 22 second when Benji said, "You don't find this troublesome or excessive? I mean, what about post? What about email or what about SMS?" Next up is society of older generation's perception towards colored hair. For example, the older generation, Uncle Chuan was frustrated when he saw his friend's son-in-law, who is Dong's son-in-law hair, is in purple color, and said that it is inappropriate. This is proven in the film at the 3rd minute 25 second when Uncle Chuan said, "And your son-in-law hair is just inappropriate." So, from that, we can see that older generation do not like that younger generation colored their hair.
Bloopers.
Buang kat belakang juga. Nampak lah shot.
Jap.
Jangan rakam kaki.
Dah.
Dah rakam.
Dah.
No, tak apa. Aku dah bercakap. Are you okay, Uncle? Hello, are you alright? Dia dah. So, as we know, this movie, The Journey 2014, is a message for all Malaysians. Chu Keng Guan's The Journey made almost 800 million at the cinemas. This shows how many are affected by this movie. Okay, so now I will summarize a little bit on this movie. If you are still not understand from our acting. Okay, so when his daughter B returns home after spending most of her formative years in England with a fiancé, Benji, an Englishman in tow, Uncle Chuan refuses to give his blessing with cultural differences and language barrier that could potentially damage the union between Benji and his loved one. He feels that something must be done quick. Uncle Chuan reluctantly allows them to marry, but on one condition. The wedding ceremony has to be in the traditional way. Despite their lack of understanding towards one another, Benji and Uncle Chuan embark on a nationwide journey to hand deliver wedding invitations to their latest childhood friends. Throughout the journey, the two learn valuable lessons about accepting each other's differences. So what is it about the journey that clicked with the audience that not a single Malaysian film has managed to do thus far? Probably can be summed up in 2 words: family and tradition. That is the most important thing in our life that should not be neglected. Because as Malaysian, we need to respect other cultures that exist in our nation.